Section 8 tenants are being kicked out. It's nothing more to talk about. When you get that knock at the door, everything must go. Why is that? Because the landlord not playing about that money that you owe.
She's at work.
Okay, this is eviction.
Really?
That's what it is. How many people in here?
Just me and my 4 children. I didn't know nothing about this.
Thumbs up the video, smash subscribe. Let's get into it.
So I guess the Section 8 low-income housing guidelines have changed since you-know-who was voted into office, which was a horrible, horrible mistake, okay, for one. So now I get a letter today. I get a letter from Section 8 stating that after 13 years of being on Section 8, I either have to show that I am disabled, that I can't mentally or physically get a job, or complete at least 15 hours of community service, okay? Or I have to show that I do have a job, or that I am doing 15 hours of community service a week. If I show you that I get a job, you take away my Section 8, okay? I have 6 kids, all different dads. Okay, I have been on Section 8 for 13 years. I'm not going to get a job. I can't get a job, okay? Not all of my kids are in school. So I have to stay home and be a mother to them. So now I'm at risk of losing my Section 8 because I can't show that I'm disabled mentally or physically. Well, I can't work.
Section 8 eviction.
All right, so somebody just walked by and told me that this was an eviction happening in the last 2 days for a non-payment on a Section 8 house here in the neighborhood. I didn't even know this place existed till just now. What in the world? Look at that. Oh my God, it smells awful. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna cover my mouth. Look, there's like a final notice there.
That's a nice Section 8 house. Just because you're on Section 8 don't mean you living in the hood. This is why normal working everyday Americans be getting mad. How you got a Section 8 house and your house nicer than mine? Real talk. That's why they be upset. It used to be Section 8. You know, your family might be in the slums with the bums. That's not always the case.
Be like a landlord's worst nightmare. Oh my goodness. Look at that mattress there. Oh, that mattress ain't even opened yet. Oh God, the stench is horrible. Oh my goodness. Look, another cart right here. Oh man. Oh man, this is not good.
My prideful ass 16-year-old daughter is trying to get my fucking Section 8 and my food stamps taken away. I have 5 kids, okay? And although my 16-year-old isn't my oldest, my son is the oldest. He got the whole, he knew what he was supposed to do. He didn't work until he moved out of my house. I have been getting Section 8 forever. I have 5 baby daddies. I have 5 kids. And I don't want to work. I just don't want to work. So I do the minimum so that I can get my Section 8. I have a good, decent house for being on it, and it takes forever to get it. And the only rule in my house is that you can't get a job until you are 18 and out of my house. Well, my daughter is upset because she wants to get her own job and have her own money because she doesn't like that she wears Goodwill clothes and can't get her hair done and her nails done and can't buy prom dresses and this and that. And then basically I laid it out to her. I said, girl, you're going to take the roof over all of our heads if you do that and you get a job. And now she just keeps going upon herself and applying for jobs anyways. If I have another income in, I'm also not going to get our almost $2,000 a month in food stamps. She needs to get it together. It's pissing me off. Am I a bad person if I kick her out? Because, honestly, she should be kicked out if she gets my housing taken away. That's the roof over my other kids' heads.
Man, listen, man, this is why I don't like to rent my house and stuff out to these folks, man. Look at this mess here. How people leave your house and things like that, man. Look at this. It is a mess. I cannot believe what I'm seeing here. This is how people be living in people's houses and stuff like that, man.
I sit up here laughing, oh, about time. Now y'all can finally work. About time.
Now y'all going to see what it's like to just not sit around on your ass and blah, blah, blah. Work like us, blah, blah, blah. Quit being so lazy, blah, blah, blah. Hater vibes, like the fuck I said. And I got time today. I got motherfucking time today. There's people that's disabled that need food stamps, that cannot work. Elderly that cannot work, that might need Section 8 and need help with their rent. Everybody that get food stamps in Section 8 is not fucking lazy. I know that, and that's facts. That's facts. I guarantee motherfuckers that get food stamps and Section 8 or Medicaid probably work just as much or harder than some of you motherfuckers that don't get it. So like I said, hater vibes. What it is y'all big mad that y'all didn't qualify or couldn't get the shit. That's what it is. It's giving hater. But don't get on here and do too much. Because I said what I said and I got time all day. All fucking day.
I want to get this out. If you are a voucher holder, do not leave. Stay here, share this, and repost this. And I don't mean to be pointing at you. If you have a Section 8 voucher, a FEPS voucher, a City FEPS voucher, any housing subsidy where you are responsible for only 30% of your rent and you're not paying it, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Tell me. Sorry. Section 8 and these programs are a major blessing given the fact that there is a waiting list that is probably not going to be open for another couple of years, if it even opens. We can only hope to God that it does. All right? Especially in these dark times in this rent crisis. But some of you guys are out here acting like that 30% tenant share is optional. It is not. It is your responsibility, and you are accountable to pay that 30%. If you get a rent demand letter, that's your cue to run, not walk down to Section 8 and handle it immediately. Look, we all go through tough times. There's no judgment here, but letting your portion slide while the government is covering the rest, that's how people lose their voucher and end up back at square one. Don't fumble the bag. Protect your housing like your life, because your life depends on it. It really, really does. Let's be real. If you know that your rent is going to be late, right? And you're like, you know what? My rent is going to be late. Okay, let me call my landlord and say, you know, hey, I'm falling on some tough times. However, I want to let you know that I'm not going to have October's rent. However, I am expecting for you to provide me with a landlord rent demand letter so I can have the state help me. And that is your cue to take that rent demand letter to HRA. Why are you guys waiting to get evicted? I'll wait.
You have to be about your business. Waiting and not doing nothing and then being surprised that you're getting evicted is not going to work. It never does. Oh, I didn't know. I never got a letter. They didn't tell me. None of those excuses work. It's always the same excuses. You don't think they hear that a million times per day? Everybody says the same thing. I'm waiting to hear back from the court. Same excuses. You better do everything you can to keep housing, especially when the waiting list is 2-3 years. If you already made it through the process and you're already on it, you do not want to lose it. Who wants to wait 2 or 3 years? What you gonna do in the meantime? Who you gonna stay with in the meantime? Especially the people with 6, 7 kids, 5 kids, however many you got. Don't nobody want to take all of y'all in. They don't even got enough room for all of y'all. 9 times out of 10. Gotta take this stuff serious.
Why? Why are you waiting for your arrears to go to $30,000, $40,000, $50,000? For what? You have all of these resources available to you. You're having Section 8 or City FEPS or FEPS pay your entire rent. You're responsible for 30. I get it. You fell on hard times. You just don't feel like paying your rent. You feel like you need repairs. I understand all that.
That too. You feel like you need repairs so you're not going to pay the rent is the craziest thing you could do. I had a cousin that did it. He didn't pay the rent because he felt like the house needed repairs. So I'm not going to pay the rent until they fix this. Well, guess what? You're going to be evicted. They're going to fix it and get another tenant in there. This man has stole stuff from out the apartment and everything. Now he don't got nowhere to stay. He got to try to stay with friends and family or wherever he can lay his head at night. It does not make sense. It doesn't.
You are still accountable and responsible to pay for your portion. You have to pay for your portion. Get it together. Section 8, especially for my Section 8 people. Everyone. This is everyone. But there's thousands of people on a waiting list for Section 8, and you're out here just acting like it don't matter. This is a blessing what you have. This is a gift. Please take care of it.
Y'all, I can't believe this day. Look at this email I just received. I read it over carefully.
13-day notice of termination for non-payment.
I'm not gonna lie, there was a time where I would have just been in a panic. I would have been freaked out. However, I want you to look again. And if you didn't see it the first time, I've highlighted a couple of things for you.
Amount due $0.
You know, I am on housing, I am on Section 8, and I did pay my portion of the rent. And thank God for Section 8. And I actually got to Section 8 through a lottery, through the Center for Hope and Safety here in the town I live. I won a lottery because I was on the domestic violence program. I'm so grateful for that. Otherwise, I'd probably still be living with my husband.
All right, for her, the payment was $0, 0 cent. She says she's made her payment, but her payment is 0 from my understanding. So she doesn't have to pay anything. Maybe that was an error. That's why she's not panicking. If you have to pay 0, that's definitely a blessing. You don't have to pay nothing at all. Your rent is taken care of. That's the case for some. Other people, you do have to contribute to part of the rent. This next video is for you.
Can y'all see this? I want to make sure that we are following this. You are correct. Your landlord cannot terminate your tenancy based off DHA not paying your rent. Your landlord won't be evicting you because of that reason. Your landlord will solely be evicting you because you failed to be able to pay your rent. Remember, your rental agreement is between you and your landlord. You signed a lease with your landlord. DHA did not sign a lease with your landlord. You signed the lease with your landlord.
Therefore, you cannot use that DHA did not pay. That's not an acceptable excuse. It's unacceptable you not paying your portion.
That's why if in the event you're still able to be able to afford the unit or the apartment or the home, as long as you can afford it, even if you lose the voucher, your landlord can't evict you because you're still able to pay. And they have to allow you to pay. Where the eviction will come into play in is if you cannot pay the rent and DHA was paying everything for you, now you're responsible for that rent. It's your responsibility to make sure that your landlord receives the rental payment. So, correct, your landlord cannot terminate your tenancy based off the fact that you don't have DHA anymore. He will be terminating your tenancy and evicting you because you're unable to pay the rent without your housing voucher.
You got it? Get it, got it good. You cannot get terminated due to DHA not paying. You can get terminated due to you not paying. Moral of the story.
Now, y'all know I likes to mind my business these days, but sometimes I just be having to say something. And so I don't want to stitch this creator because I don't want her to feel like I'm bashing her. I'm coming for her in any way. Like, oh my God, I read through her comments and everybody been chewing her up. So I don't want to be another one to chew her up, but I just feel like I have to say this because somebody got to say it. Her video, the title was Section 8 Ruined My Life. Her story that she told was basically she got a boyfriend and she got 2 kids by him, and she had to go on Section 8 because they had an apartment, but I think they couldn't afford it. Like, he couldn't take care of her because mans went to jail and got a felony, right? After he got the felony, I think she said that she won her little Section 8 voucher. She got her Section 8 voucher. And then she said it ruined her life because her boyfriend, who could not take care of her with the first baby, she went and had a second baby with him. Man's got a felony in the process. And she said that basically she can't live with him on that voucher.
If he couldn't help take care of the first child, why would you have a second child by him? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result or a different outcome is the definition of insanity. It was insane for you to have 1 kid by this man. You saw proof in the pudding he couldn't help take care of the kid. You go and have another child by him. That's 2 children now. You expected something different to happen? If he couldn't help take care of 1, how could he help take care of 2? Shame on you.
Because number 1, that's not your husband. And number 2, he's a felon. And she's saying basically Section 8 ruined her life because she cannot live with this man.
She's not the only person I've ever heard with this story. And I'm not judging her because I know what it feel like. For me, I got food stamps. I'm trying to figure out, and this is not just her, this is mad people that I be talking to. Why is it when you have a baby and you cannot take care of that baby physically, emotionally, financially, you cannot afford, you are struggling to raise one child? What in y'all mind say, let me go have another one? And then another one. Why do y'all keep having kids if you can't, first of all, you can't even take care of yourself? So you said, I'm going to have another kid by the same man that couldn't provide for the first one. And I'm not just trying to single her out. It's just really a question. I just want to know what goes on in your mind when you say, wow, I'm struggling to take care of one child. Let me go have another one.
Exactly.
At what point do we take accountability and say, yeah, I'm my own demise? Like,
and I got a friend like this too. Like, what's up with you? You couldn't take care of the first one. You gonna have another one. Now you got two. Struggling way harder now. Every time I talk to him, it's a depressing call about how down bad he is, how much he's struggling. What's the point of having more kids? Why would you have another child when you couldn't take care of the first one? Same thing goes for him too. I don't care if it's somebody I know. I don't care if it's one of you watching this video. The same message. You could be your own worst enemy. Why be that? Why not say, you know what? I made a mistake. I had this kid. I thought I would be able to, afford it. But I'm seeing it's hard in the economy. I can't really afford it. I need help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help, trying to get help. But first you have to admit, I cannot do this. I can't do this. I'm not making enough. I don't want to live in stress, in a survival mode 24/7. Then you try to make it right. You try to do any and everything you can to provide for you and provide for that child that you now created. You do your best to give that child a great life. Now go have another one. Now you got two struggling. They just all struggling. You struggling, they struggling. It's a whole family struggle. Why? Why do that? It does not make sense.
I'm the reason why I'm like this. I'm the reason why I'm in this situation. It's one thing to have one kid. You be like, yeah, I'm never doing that again. I was wilding. I made a mistake. Or it was like, for me, like, I should never put myself in this position. And you learn from that mistake. And you do everything you can to take care of that one child. And you get to the point where you say, let me have another one on top of the struggle. Let me have another one. Y'all don't think that's a little selfish? You don't think it's selfish to keep bringing kids into this world and you cannot afford to take care of yourself? But you said, let me have 2, 3, 4, 5 kids?
Very selfish.
Sis was talking about to lose her voucher. Her voucher, which is free to very low cost of living in a nice apartment. You could use your voucher to get a valid apartment to make a better life for your children that he cannot provide for. But you willing to risk it all for this man that didn't care enough to not go and do a crime to get a felony. Vouchers are used as a stepping stone for you to get yourself together. A voucher is like a reset. It's giving you time to get your money up so that you can get off of it. It's not meant for you to be on it forever. But in your mind, you're so focused on Section 8 not allowing you to let this man who has a felony live with you that you're willing to lose it and risk it. I don't know. Never let no man come into your life, right? And mess things up for you. That man is ruining you. It's not the Section 8. It's you and him ruining each other. Given she's putting that man and her feelings before what your kids need. I don't like that. But blessings to her and her family. I hope she doesn't lose her voucher because life is hard.
Accountability is key. Sometimes you got to take a look in the mirror and be like, this is all my fault. I'm going to do whatever it is that I can do to make the best of my situation. It's easy to blame somebody, right? Y'all heard the saying, point that one finger at somebody, it's 3 fingers pointing back at you. That means you are at fault too. I live with this saying that everything is my fault. That way I'm accountable for all of my actions. I don't blame others. I'm like, yeah, this is my fault. And I see where I'm at fault so I can fix that. More people need to do that. Depending on Section 8 forever, you should never want to do that. And then jeopardizing that for someone else who doesn't even care to take care of your children, that's not smart either. You should just want to get off the system completely. That way, okay, y'all can raise a 2-parent household. Yes, he caught a felony. He can still get a job. He can do something. He gonna have to. He gonna have to become a truck driver, a barber, work somewhere that hires felons, parolees, whatever. Do something to provide. At this point, y'all have to work together. I can understand why she feels like it ruined her life because maybe they are trying to stay together. and not be a divided household. And that's not possible because she's on Section 8. But if you lost the voucher, then hey, y'all can try to figure it out on your own. Y'all gonna have to figure it out together as a family. Drop a comment below, family. Let me know what y'all think about this video. As always, I appreciate you for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, comment tribe, because we are a tribe, we are a group. All right, I appreciate y'all. Peace. Shalom to my Hebrew family.